Hi, everyone. Mary Ayers here from Tap Into Action. And today we are going to be talking about and tapping on taking things personally. I think that of all the things that I hear from people, the thing that triggers them most is when they take things that happen or things that people say or look at them in a certain way, they take it on personally and it just really spirals them down. It can really, or you could even be angry type of a thing and not just feeling bad. But the point is, how do we break the habit of taking something personally? Well, that's what we're going to be working on today. First, let's talk a little bit about why do we do that? First of all, we all have a kind of a sense that we're, a little bit of self-centeredness. We think that everything revolves around us. We know that sometimes old hurts and bad experiences from our childhood can make us more sensitive to certain things. It can be a shaky self-esteem. We're not confident in ourselves, and we're more likely to care too much about what other people think or do. We often forget that other people have things going on in their own life, right? They've got their own stuff. And maybe they're in that space, but we're taking it on. And, sometimes maybe just some of us tend to be a little bit more sensitive than others. It doesn't matter. What we do know is that it can create problems, right? It can create relationship problems. And let me tell you, it is key in a key ingredient in being anxious or getting those anxious feelings. So when we talk about how do we relieve some of that anxiety, some of our social discomfort, it's because we want to find a way to not be taking things so personally. So think about that. Is it true for you? Let me know. Leave me a little comment about how often this happens for you, because I hear about it a lot. And personally, I have certainly had my share of it, and it still happens. It happens much less because I've done so much tapping on it. And so that's the upside of doing your tapping on it. Um, but maybe something has happened to you. What kind of things will tend to trigger you to take them personally? You can think of a specific event, and we're going to start tapping. So let's get on that karate chop. Even though I often take things personally and get triggered easily, I deeply and completely accept myself and choose to respond with understanding and compassion. Follow me through those points. There are times when I see something or hear something, and I think it's pointing out something about me, like it's evidence that I'm not enough, or I'm not wanted, or I don't matter. The bottom line is I get hurt. And sometimes I even get angry. But I'm starting to consider that maybe this isn't about me. I'm starting to see more and more that I'm jumping to conclusions. And yet, what if I could consider the possibility that not everything is about me? Because I'm certainly ready to change this pattern. I'm learning to detach from others' behavior. And remember that people have their own issues. I'm separate from their actions and their words. Their actions reflect on them, not me. I can choose to respond with curiosity instead of defensiveness. I can observe without absorbing. Everyone's dealing with their own stuff. So I'm going to start practicing the pause before I react. I'll be asking myself, is this really about me? I'm going to consider other explanations for people's behaviors. And I'm certainly going to remember that everyone has their own battles. I love the lightness of this new way of seeing things because I'm no longer at the mercy of others' actions. I am choosing this freedom for me. Take that deep breath. Feel inside. What are you noticing? A little lighter? Maybe a release of responsibility? I don't have to take these things on as my issue, that it might have nothing to do with me. It's just a thought. This isn't mean that I don't take responsibility for things that I need to. Okay. This isn't a way to completely bow out, but it's from taking things on that don't belong to us. And your body will absolutely love you. You will notice so much more freedom in your life. I want to hear from you. How has taking things personally for you been an issue? What do you notice where it's caused problems in relationships at work? Add it down into the comments. I'd love hearing about that and how you see the value of being able to do some tapping around this to be able to lighten that up. All right, everybody. Hey, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. And I hope that you will come back and continue to do some tapping with me. Just subscribe. You'll get some notice when I'm putting out a new YouTube, which I try to do on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. Also, if you are looking for somebody to help you find these things to tap with, help you break some of these old patterns, feel free to reach out. It's Mary@tapintooaction.com. You can email me. I will get back to you and see how I can be helpful. Okay. All right, everybody. Until next time, as always, today is a good day to tap.